Hello. Before I start the episode, I just want to give a shout out to Patriotworks for giving a recommendation for our newest character, Nick. If you guys want to suggest a character that's either freeware or payware, please provide the name of the engine, any specific modifications such as 3-chime whistle, 6-chime whistle, different engine sound, etc., and whether it is freeware or payware, and a link to support to get the product. If you guys want to suggest any other story ideas or, like I said, any other characters, go into the comment section below, and I might make a consideration for the next episode. Now let's go watch the episode. Erie and Williamette. For its size, is the largest subdivision ever established. And with the expansion of Tidewater, the railroad can expand to western railroads of North America today. This is the Erie and Williamette Chronicles. Today, Mr. Mark had something very important to talk about the engines. It was a very serious topic, but let's go see what he's talking about. Engines? Today is a very sad day. Today I brought you all here to witness the 3 passings, or resignments, as I should say, of some of our 3 engines. Annie, Big Mac, and Benny. Okay, I don't need to be rude, but can I interrupt for just 3 seconds? Who in God's name is the man in the top hat? Your trainmaster will talk about me later. For now, you must listen to him. Yes, thank you. These 3 engines have served us from the very beginning. But there comes a time in life where you have to decide whether you want to retire or not, or a resignation. I'm currently 67. I should have retired 10 years ago. And my friend here is only in his late 50s. I would have retired years ago, but I had this drive and passion to keep this rail running until I die. This is why I purchased almost all of you. So that way everyone here can have a great time in running the Erie and Williamette. Now, I've gathered most of you here today to witness the resignation of 3 of our most famous engines. You see, I'm not like most trainmasters. I have an option for you to resign your duties on this railroad and either go into preservation in a selected museum or transfer to another railroad, depending on which one you want to visit. If any of these options are selected ahead of time, they can leave with no questions asked, whether anyone tries to or simply ignores it. Now then, you 3, I'm sure you would all like to explain to your fellow colleagues where you will be heading onward. Ladies first, Annie.
Oh, well, thank you, Trainmaster. Everyone, it's been an honor working on this railroad, but since today, I decided I want to move back to my old railroad in Pennsylvania. I have a question. Is your railroad a tourist railroad by any chance? Or do you run an actual registered railroad in Pennsylvania?
Well, my railroad's a tourist railroad, but since I'm the last of my kind in my Pennsylvanian shoreline, I guess it's safe to say that I'd like to go back to my old tourist railroad, since my seashore railroad was torn apart. Well, and if that's all you are going to say, then I might as well get started. I will be going to a preservation museum in Washington. I know it seems very far away from here, but today, I wanted to go onto history today, and remember myself, and every one of you, remember me, as a member of the Erie and Williamette Railroad. I may not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but today I want you all to remember in your fireboxes that I was one of your colleagues and one of your greatest friends. Besides, I always have your pictures and memories on Instagram.
Oh, bother with your technological statement. You almost made it sound sincere for a second. Well, I ought to come over there to give you a smacking for the last time.
Alright, everybody calm down. This isn't the end of the world here. Sorry. I was daydreaming for a few seconds. Anyways, I'm going on to a tourist railroad. I'm not sure where exactly, I forgot exactly where the trainmaster sent me an email from. But I've had a lot of fun working on this railroad. It's been a pleasure working with all of you, especially with my brother, who's unfortunately not here at this time of the ceremony. I'll miss quite a lot of you, especially you, Top Hat. Oh, give me a break. But seriously, I'll miss quite a lot of you. I have all your pictures and memories all stored in my driver's iPad. Now I'll be able to remember you guys for the rest of my career. Thank you all. Now then, everybody, I hope you all will say your goodbyes now, as these 3 engines have to be going off now. Engines, please give your colleagues the fellow's salute. On my command. Now then, you 3, I expect you all have to be off to your newer railroads now. Good luck, and God bless America. Goodbye, everyone. Good luck. Now that those 3 have all left, let's get to some brighter news. I am pleased to show you my old friend, Mr. Chris Buckner. Hello, it's a pleasure to meet you all. Wait, did you say Chris Buckner? The Chris Buckner? The Chris Buckner that was on the front cover of the 2017 Rail Magazine Monthly? That Chris Buckner? Yes, I'm that Chris Buckner. It's not that big of an accomplishment, you know. Anyways, Chris here is my old friend, and he's the owner of the Tidewater Railroad. Unfortunately, because Chris has some family issues and cost of medical bills, he is unfortunately unable to pay for the railroad. And because Chris owes me a huge favor, he is forced to give the railroad away, and he has decided to give the railroad to my possession. So now, the Erie and Williamette has now merged with the Tidewater Railroad. Call it as a branch extension, if you will. Now then, everyone, each of you will be heading over to the Tidewater main terminal yard to further see instructions. And Ron, because you are the first engine of the railroad, you will be taking an executive business train to Tidewater. I'm sure this will be a walk in the park for you, considering on how long you've been in your off-season. Sure, I'd love to take a business train. That'll be awesome. Okay, everyone, continue on with your normal jobs, and later on in the day, I will select you all to head over to Tidewater. Trust me, it's not that far away from here. And Ron, I suggest you get yourselves spiffied up for the business executive train. Well, hot dog, this is my lucky day. Meanwhile, at the CSX yard, Zip and Zug were shunting hopper cars. Well, trying at least. They were dispatched at the coal yards, mainly because where they are, coal was a great deal in business, and the CSX trainmaster loved to get lots of money. He most likely cared more about money than he did with his engines. Hey Zug, bet you can't do any smooth coupling up to those coal hoppers in front of you, can you?
Oh, Zip, you always underestimate me. Now, here I go.
Yeah. Oof. You call that smooth, Zug, do you?
I can't stop. My brake won't move forward.
I'm going to have a crash! Oh, better stop, better stop, better stop! Oh dear. That was some close one. Zip, you've almost made me get into an accident. Mr. Trainmaster should punish you for that one.
Punishment? Me? How would you even suggest such a thing, Zug? You're more or less than a wobbly, narrow-gauge engine.
Oh, some days, Zip, you're making me very angry. I bet you couldn't do anything better, huh, Zug? I mean, Zip.
Ha! You're so clumsy you can't even get our names right, even though we're two different schemes.
You shut up!
We all make mistakes.
Just!
What in Lord General Electric name are you two Nimrods doing? Zordon! We would just stop shunting these coal hoppers here, yeah. Right, Zug?
Yes, Zornet, it is all true. Just believe his story.
Don't play dumb with me. I've been here the whole time refueling. You two are just too blind to see it. I'm sure Mr. Trainmaster would like to have a few words with you.
Zornet, why can't you just go away for some time? Why do you have to be here at the most convenient times?
What is all the ruckus coming outside of my window?
Captain Zero.
It's nothing, Mr. Zero. Nothing was happening. Don't play dumb with me. I heard you and Zordon arguing about things and they're getting holes under the hopper. Now listen to me and listen good. Go. I have had it up to here with all your excuses of doing simple jobs. Can't even get empty coal hoppers under the thing. I don't know. Just shut up. Don't say anything. Anyways, I am sending you to the Tidewater Railroad, the most hardest working rail yard in the East Coast. Now then, let's get to more serious business. Oh, Zug, I don't envy you at all.
Shut up, Zip. If it wasn't for you, none of this would have happened.
Well, you're the one who decided to go and shunt the hopper. Okay, that's enough, you two. Zug, get your little metal behind moving. Otherwise, they're going to be mad at you for being late. Fine.
You're going to wish I was back here.
Oh, we will, Zug. Totally will.
These are going to be the worst 3 weeks of my life.
Now that he's gone, Zip, get back to work! Back on the Erie and Williamette, Ron was just waiting for his train to get coupled up and to get ready for the long business executive journey. Trainmaster told him that it wasn't going to be a small journey, but Ron could only go so fast on the old tracks on the Erie and Williamette had to offer, so really, it could sort of be a long trek. Okay, Ron, you are almost ready. Just wait until I assist Mr. Buckner onto the train. Oh, you don't have to assist me. I'm just in my late 70s. You have a cane for a reason. Just shut up. Okay, come on, you guys. Just get on the train so we can get going. Like you said, I'm supposed to be due by tea time. Okay, Ron, we're on the train. Get ready and get moving. Well, alrighty then, let's get going.
Oh no, my demise comes closer and closer. Just gotta go in strong. Just approach them slowly and carefully. Don't want to make them hostile towards you. Hello, Tidewater engines. My name is
Zug. Welcome to Tidewater. My name's Jack. Behind me is my brother Dave. Next to me is Colin. Then we have brothers Richie and Ronald. And finally, our railcar mover, Skippy. Don't worry, he's not gonna bite.
What is that thing?
It's a railcar mover. It's a remote-controlled piece of equipment that allows us to move cars around the yard effortlessly.
Oh, that's right. Our railroad is under budget. We can't get one of those things.
How'd you know? Our railroad is just up to date with all the new technological doodads that all these kids are talking about these days. Anyways, I heard that you were sent here for 3 weeks. Just that way you can get some disciplinary measures. Well, boy, we're gonna get to some work. But first, we're gonna give you a little tour. Skippy, you may now take Zug to the plant.
Wait, what do you do? Wait, stop! Where are you taking me? Stop!
Don't worry, Zug. Skip is taking you to a fine place. Trust me, you'll enjoy it better than hate it. I don't like this at all. Get me out of here! Stop it! Let me go. Wait a minute. Where are you pushing me to? Whoa! Stop! Ah! Just as Zug was being crammed into the shop, Ron arrived. Hello, Trainmaster. You were right. I sure was a walk in the park. Well, Ron, that is certainly very good that you have hauled the train perfectly over to Tidewater Yard with no delays. Thank you very much for that. Wait a second. How did you get out of the train before I showed up here? Let's just say that train masters and old people have magical powers. Right. Anyways, who are these two guys? Well, Ron, if you didn't recall the passing of or resignation of our 3 engines, I've added not 1, but 2 new engines to our roster, both another steam engine and a diesel engine. I picked him for a very specific purpose. Anyways, let me introduce him. This right here is Nick, a Russian Decapod 210-0 Erie J1. Sorry, Nick, I almost got your name confused. Anyways, he'll be helping out on our freight services and get an occasional passenger train every once in a while. Please accompany him to your friend list and welcome him to the roundhouse. Hello. It's a pleasure to meet you, Balcony. This next rare and hard to find collectible is Crosby. He's a CNW C40-8. He'll be helping out on our freight services and will also get an occasional passenger train. But he will be helping some of our heavy work. He'll be dispatched here most of the time, but he'll get an occasional run through the Erie and Williamette. Please welcome him to the roundhouse, as I know you always will. Howdy, my name is Crosby. It's a pleasure to meet you. Well, hello to both of you. You have my greetings and my condolences. Thank you all for coming here. We haven't gotten a new engine here in quite some time, so thank you for coming. Oh please, you're not the one thanking your trainmaster for offering me a job. I was on the verge of being put into preservation, but thankfully, he called at just the right moment to cancel my preservation steps. Then I was able to get transported here. Only sad thing is my other relative is in a museum, where he probably never get taken out of. Ouch, that's a bit harsh. Besides, my relatives are, well, they're gone too. I hope I'm not intruding anything, but I don't think it's the best time for a sad moment. Absolutely right, Ron. Anyways, go and put your coaches in one of the sidings. One of the Tidewater engines will be able to shunt them out for you. And Nick, I have your first assignment. Oh really? What's my first assignment exactly? You'll be taking a freight train down to the other side of Tidewater, to the container yards. And don't worry, you'll run into some very interesting engines along the way. Well, freight train does sound pretty nice. Alright, I'm up for it. That's very good to hear. Now then, Ron, get your coaches somewhere else, and Nick, Go over to the yard and one of the Tidewater engines will tell you where your train is. Well, I'll get out your way here. Let's try it. Ooh, I got them. Alright then, now that you got them, now take them to the end of the yard.
I'll show you about giving orders.
Here we go.
Come on. Come on, let's get it back. Ugh. What's in these cars?
Concrete. Solid concrete. I did this test for you so that way to see how tough you are. Trust me, friend, this is only the beginning of the work.
Mother of...
Gotta put some speed on. Otherwise, I'm not gonna get there in time. Remember, Nick, don't overload yourself. I suggest you slow down. I'm not gonna slow down. I gotta make up time. I was coasting at 35 miles an hour when the speed limit was 45. That's way beyond what I was supposed to do in the first place. Well, I'll let you keep going at this pace, but you know exactly what happens if you go too fast. Just shut up already.
Yeah, I'm going to pull these cars. Here we go. Come on. Pull. Pull the cars. Giving everything good cut. Come on. Get going too low. Oh no.
Wait, Zug, stop. Where are you going?
I'm going to get out of here. I can no longer stay here. I can't take it anymore. Freedom.
Oh gosh, dang it. Well, I better go after him. Come on, let's go. Alright, you two. Come on behind me. We gotta stop him. Roger that. Nick, stop. I'm telling you. You're going too fast. You know this track is built for high speed. I don't care. I'd rather be there early than late. Wow. Suddenly I feel lighter. Well, full speed ahead then. Nick, you better stop. You lost your tank cars. I lost my what? Oh no. Not again. I knew this would happen. Well, well, well. Looky who we found here. Zug, hiding all the way alone in a siding. Now, how'd you think you'd run away from us? You know that we're perfectly capable of catching up to a GP-38, do you?
I just couldn't get to the work anymore. It was too much for a small engine like me. I want to go home. Right now.
Well, Zug, looks like the only way you're going to be getting home is after 3 weeks and probably a month extension. After I've contacted your train master, he's probably going to keep you here for a month. It depends. Say, whose tank cars are those, by any chance? No one's been down this line for 3 years. Actually, I know who they are. Who they belong to. Well, spill the beans. Who is it? It looked like an Erie J1. It looks like he was heading to Point Rail. I remember he was talking to Steve about his first train, and I did see him leave with some tank cars. Well, I'll be darned. New engine loses his first train. Well, we all make mistakes. I got it. Zug, because you chose to break protocol, I'm going to have you take those tank cars right behind the transfer caboose in a convoy in front of us and take them to the Erie engine. Not sure what his name is, but you're going to take him and you're going to tell him what happened if he doesn't know already, and then you're going to confess to the yardmaster what you did, because our trainmaster works in Point Rail.
and he does not take no, and he doesn't take bad things for an answer. That makes sense.
Well, I could do that, if I had any fuel left. I burned all of it off trying to run from you guys. So I would be appreciative if you guys could take me out of the siding with the tank cars.
I could do that. Or we can go to the engine and tell him exactly what happened. Which do you prefer? Us helping you, or having the engine help, or getting humiliated by having a steam engine do your work?
I prefer neither.
Erie engine it is, then.
Wait, what? I didn't want you to do that. I just needed some more fuel. Please, don't leave me here.
Sorry, Zug. It's the way it is. You have to learn a lesson or two. I'm sure your trainmaster didn't give discipline enough, but we're gonna go talk to the engine. Have fun sitting here and thinking about what you've done. Do you think Zug will learn after that lesson of his? I would hope so. If he doesn't, we're gonna have a problem. He won't be able to learn his lesson, and we're trying to toughen him up to be a better engine. If he doesn't, then, well, we may potentially have a problem. But we'll see how it goes.
Eventually.
Oh man, how am I supposed to explain to Trainmaster what happened now? He's probably gonna fire me. Don't put yourself down, Nick. Everyone makes mistakes. Yeah, I know. It's just that this one was a brutal mistake. I mean, how could an engine go so fast that the cars just absolutely decouple themselves, then manage to switch themselves into another siding, and then eventually stop? But I guess it's all good. Excuse me. Excuse me. You wouldn't have happened to lose some tank cars, have you? Yes, actually. Why? Who are you? Who are you? Huh, how rude of me. My name is Jack. I'm an SD40-2, obviously. Behind me are my coworkers Ronald, and the Ronald brothers. You know what? Whatever. Anyways, I found your tank cars. They depleted themselves into a satin. I was figuring I'd tell you, if you didn't already know. Well, I appreciate you telling me, but that doesn't make me feel better about myself. I mean, it's my first day on the job, and I already screwed up. You know, it's not all that bad. I mean, you're a greenhorn. I mean, you couldn't expect to be perfect. I mean, no one here is perfect, and there's no perfect engine in this world. Besides, look at you. You're one of the last few surviving J2 Erie engines that I've seen in my lifetime. Besides, it's pretty cool to have a steam engine, have a Russian decapod on our railroad. We haven't had very many steam engines come through, you know. When was the last time we had one here, Steve? Ronald? When was it, like, 19-something? 1993, if I recall. Either that or it was earlier. Well, there you go. Anyways, I wanted to see if you wanted to come down with us in a convoy. You see, the engine who has him, or at least parked himself into the siding, his name is Zug. He used to be a CSX engine, but he's staying here for probably a month. After the stunt he pulled. What exactly did he do that will make him stay for a month? Well, he probably did something on his end of the railroad, and then he tried to run away from us while trying to haul some cylindrical hoppers full of concrete. They weren't really concrete. They were just grain. I just wanted to say concrete so I could make them work harder. Well, that makes sense. Did he pull them at all? Well, if you count pulling him 1 inch inside of the yard, then yeah, he did. But he was making a big effort out of it. I don't even think he was really trying. He purposely made himself wheel slip, and then eventually he broke his own coupler and then ran off. So us four had to go after him in a convoy, which we haven't done in an extremely long time. Chase after him, find him in the siding, and then we came over here to find you. Man, sounds like you guys do a lot of work for your employees. We do. Tidewater is a unified railroad company. Everyone who works here is a part of a family. And sometimes you have to have some sort of discipline. Anyways, so we chased after him. That was technically discipline. And we wanted to confront him, and tell him to for you to come over to the siding so you can be humiliated by a steam engine pushing him along. If you're okay with that. Well, I am a decapod. I can push quite a bit of weight and pull a bit of weight for my own size. I guess I could come over there. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Excellent choice. Now then, we'll get our 4 out of the yard, and then we can push you back. Besides, we're pretty fast for us 4, all of us together. Well, alrighty then. I guess I will meet you guys over there. Yep. Alright, let's back up. Back up, team. We're heading back to the siding. So after that, the engines made their convoy and headed over to where Zug was, because they knew this is what had to get the job done. If only this day couldn't get any worse. What was that? Oh no. It's possibly the Erie engine. Howdy, Zug. We're back, and we brought you a little friend to talk to. Say hello to, what's your name? Nick. Say hello to Nick. He's an Erie J2. I'm pretty sure that you were keeping his tank cars for him. I didn't keep them. I stopped here. That's because I ran out of fuel. Well, whatever it is, you're harboring my tankers. And right now, I'm late because I was supposed to be taking these cars to Point Rail, where another engine will eventually arrive to take these cars somewhere else. You, on the other hand, need to learn to have respect for your colleagues. You're sent here obviously for... Hello? Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Bye. Do you mind, driver? I'm trying to have a disciplinary conversation with Zug. It's not my fault. My phone has a rubber case and it vibrates extremely loudly on your cabin. Anyways, you need to have some respect for your colleagues. Sure, you may not like doing the work that they do, but these guys work their rear ends off. A lot. I mean, look at these guys. These guys have rust almost all on their tops because of how hard they work. They're practically rusting themselves. But that's besides the point. The point is, these guys are probably one of the hardest working engines. I've heard about you before. You were on the previous episode of some rail series called Erie and Williamette Chronicles. I heard about you. You were a lazy, no-forgiving GP38-2 who has no self-esteem and is absolutely lazy as an elephant. You might want to give me my hoppers before I start saying some other insults. Geez, sorry I intruded. Fine. I'll let you get to the hopper. I'll let you get the tankers. But please don't try to humiliate me by pushing me. Well, how else am I going to be able to take you somewhere? I mean, after all, you technically are in front of the front of the tankers. I guess we can uncouple and have the tank cars behind you and have him riding in front of us. That way we can take him back to Tidewater and give him some disciplinary actions. I'm fine with that, sure. Let's back up here. Up here. Ow! Watch it! Sorry, it wasn't my fault. Alright, perfect. Alright, back there, you can take us out. Roger that. Come on here, Zed. You're coming with us. Where is it taking me to? Whoa, missed it just a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Alright, Nick, you're clear to take it away. After the engines picked up Zug, the engines had to highball it over to Point Rail, as they were running on a very strict schedule. Gotta hurry. Gotta hurry. Gotta hurry. Don't worry, Nick, you'll be fine. Besides, you got the diesels behind you. They'll be pushing. They can push a lot harder than you can as well. I'll have you know I was partly used for helper service of really steep grades, so I wouldn't be talking about pushing near me. Whatever floats your boat. We're coming up to the yard. Might want to start slowing down. Hear that, guys? Might want to start slowing down. Finally. I made it. I did it. Thank you guys so much. No problem, Nick. Besides, on our railroad, whenever you're in a pickle, just call us. All us four will stop what we're doing and come help you out. You're part of the family. You're a part of our family now. Oh, you guys, seriously, all I just said was thank you. You guys didn't have to say I was part of the family. You guys are too kind. Trust me, the pleasure is all mine. Now then, as for you, Zug, I'd like to have a nice long discussion when we get back to Tidewater. From now on, you're gonna do everything exactly as we want it to, and you're gonna have a nice word with your trainmaster. But Zug said nothing. All right, you. Let's get back to Tidewater. All right, team. Let's move backwards. Come on now. Let's get you going here. Bye, Jack. Bye, Zug. Thank you very much. Well then, now on to my business. I need to go ask the yardmaster where he wants me to put these cars. And I'm tired too. I was like trying to go backwards. I guess I'm so tired I can't even remember my sense of direction anymore. Hello. I take it you're the yardmaster of River Point? Yes, indeed. I am the yardmaster of this railroad. If you want to put your tank cars somewhere, I guess you could put them over on the siding over there. I'll talk on my intercom and see what's up. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna get the thing to work. Can I have the 2493 move his tank car somewhere? Copy that. You're clear to move. Over. Alright. One of my colleagues said it's good for you to move your cars to one of the sidings. If you want, you can take a break in the same siding if you want. Just try to stay out of the way though. Alright, it's not busy at the moment, but it could get busy any second. Well, thank you very much. I'll go and put my cars somewhere. Thank you very much. From that day on, Nick decided to take a long rest in the siding. And from that day forward, he was known as the family of Tidewater and a member of the Erie and Williamette. As for Zug, however, he was silent for the whole rest of the day. I didn't say a single word to either a nod or a shake to the side. But I'm sure we can all learn something from this episode. is that you should never talk roughly to your colleagues. Always have respect for them, and just listen to directions. This is why I was never a fan of the CSX. Good luck, Zug. Have a safe trip.